The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Coming up, the Crimson Crushers of Bishop McCort Catholic High School come into Patton to take on the Cambria Heights Highlanders. RMG's game tape starts now. You can hear the bagpipes, you know you're in Highlander country. We're alongside of Mike Satosky. I'm Jared Romsberg. Fans, welcome to week 2 of RMG's Game Tape, where this segment, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Somerset Trust Company. Somerset Trust Company celebrating 125 years of serving our region. Learn more about Somerset Trust Company at somersettrust.com. It's a balmy night for football, hot and humid all day long here in Patton. Heights won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they'll be kicking off to Bishop McCort off the toe of Johnny Galinis, and we're playing football in Patton, or at least we will be once they mark off the penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds. We'll start the game on the 35. 12, Levi Cook, a sophomore, starts at quarterback for the McCort Crimson Crushers. They line up in the wishbone offense. The give is to 34, Mark Smith, who is hit at the line and taken down by Ben Yonner. He's only going to get 1 yard. Similar formation, different hash marks, 2nd down and 9. Cook fakes the handoff. He runs far side, has it tucked, looking to make some yardage as he hooks the corner. He's across the 35-40 and taken out of bounds by Dennis Link and others at about the 45-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down on the 11-yard run by Cook. Crushers inching closer to Highlander territory, 1st and 10. On the 46, Cook gives the ball to Nathan Thompson, who hits a wall of red jerseys and is pushed back. He's only going to grab 3 yards on that run. 3rd down and long. The Crushers shift to the shotgun. Cook takes the snap, looking to run with it, looking downfield to throw, and he runs out of time as he's taken down by Alex Albright and Angelo Snyder. Big loss, and the ball is still loose. But finally, the ball was smothered by 71, Adam Britton. Either way, it brings up a 4th down on a big defensive stand. The Highlanders begin their first drive of the game at about the 19-yard line. 15, Eddie Link, a junior, starts at quarterback, hands the ball off to 24, Trenton Coy, who hits the line and keeps pushing. And he's going to grab about 5 yards on that run. Eric Giancola and others in on the tackle. Steve Fliss and Dennis Link join Eddie Link in the backfield. 3rd down and 2. Cambria Heights called a timeout to get everybody back in line. Link hands the ball off to another Link. Here comes Dennis Link, lowers the boom, and he's going to have the first down. He only needed 2, he got 6. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter in Patton. Nice crowd on hand, capacity crowd on the home side as Link hands off to Dennis Link, who rumbles forward. He's going to grab about 5 yards on that and bring up a 3rd down and 7. Eddie Link climbs under center. Hands the ball off to Dennis Link. Link up the middle. Oh, the ball squirts loose. The ball's on the ground, and it goes right into the waiting arms of a Crimson Crusher. Corey Hall had it, but that Zeph Leach that comes up with it, and the ball goes back to Bishop McCort, Mike.
Boy, Jared, great camera angle here. Here's the running back, Link. Boy, he's got both big paws on it, but that's not going to stop Nathan Thompson. You can see number 33 strips it, and then it's number 20, Zeph Leach, with the recovery, Jared. And I got to tell you, early on here, great field position for the Crimson Crushers.
1st and 10 for McCort. Cook hands the ball off to Thompson. Thompson has the ball pop out. The ball's on the ground again. Still on the ground. And this time it gets covered up by someone wearing a red jersey. That's 14, James Baum, who grabs that loose pigskin, and the ball goes back to the Highlanders, Mike.
You know, Jared, if we look at the replay, good exchange in the backfield. That's just Nathan Thompson, who caused the fumble the previous play, getting stripped by Dalton Waxmunski. Say that 3 times. And quickly, James Baum on a recovery. Highlanders ball once again.
Link deploys Nick Brawley down low. Tight formation on the far hash mark. Link under center, flips the ball out to Coy. Coy cuts back up to the, no, now he goes to the outside. He's across the 40, where he's near the 40. Taken down from behind by 20, Corey Hall. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup by Coy. On this set of downs, it's been the Dennis Link show. He's moving the ball down the field, carrying the mail for the Highlanders of Cambria Heights. 4:15 to play in the first quarter as the Highlanders break the huddle. 15, Eddie Link climbs under center, looks things over. Takes the snap, gives it to Dennis Link. Link tries to surge forward, but he's caught in the backfield. He might have a yard or two. Anthony Walters brings him down. Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by RE/MAX Team Realtors in Johnstown. Whether you're looking to buy or sell property, you need to visit johnstownpahomes.com. RE/MAX Team Realtors in Johnstown. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Eddie Link in the shotgun, takes the snap, flips one over the middle, looking for Baum. Baum hauls it in at the 10, to the 5, to the house. Touchdown! Cambria Heights! That's Baum, James Baum, who brings in a 39-yard rainbow from Eddie Link, and the Highlanders take the lead, Mike.
Looking at it from the Cambria Heights backfield, Jared, look at Eddie Link. I'll tell you what, he drops this ball right in there because I got to tell you, Mark Smith, pretty much stride for stride, great coverage, but look at the sophomore. James Baum into the end zone, and the Highlanders take the early lead.
23, Johnny Galena steps in to try the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. Tack on one more. Cambria Heights up 7-0 over Bishop McCort. 1st and 10 on the 36 for the Crushers. Levi Cook gets under center. Hands the ball off to Mark Smith. Smith powers his way on the far side. Still turning, keeping those knees pumping. Finally brought down by 54. Dalton Waxmunski, but he grabs 6 on that play. 3rd down and 3 for the Crushers. Mark Smith dots the I. Cook gives the ball to Smith. Smith tries to find a hole on the near side, and he's hit by 24. Trenton Coy, he needed 3, he got 4. 1st down. Crushers are trying to inch their way into Highlander territory. 2nd down and 11. Highlanders stack the line, showing blitz from the wishbone. Comes Mark Smith, who hits that line and runs into a wall of red jerseys. No gain on the play. Cook has 2 high. 3rd down and 11 on what should be the last play of the first quarter. Cook fires one downfield. Oh, and it's in and out of the hands of 20, Corey Hall. Coverage by 14, James Baum, but that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Chris Miller steps in to punt for Bishop McCort. Good snap, gets it away. It's a nice high punt, way up in the sky. James Baum takes it at about the 19, and that's where he's going to get dropped immediately. Barbera and Verhonsky were there. Great special teams play. Eddie Link climbs under center. Coy goes into motion. Link hands the ball off to Dennis Link, who puts a shoulder down and powers forward into the line. Taken down near the 24 for a gain of 4. Highlanders are spreading things out on 3rd down. They have 3 high. Dennis Link joins Eddie Link in the backfield. Eddie Link takes the snap from the shotgun, throws it downfield looking for Baum, and Baum can't get back to it. Coverage by Mark Smith. No flags on the play. Brings up 4th down for Cambria Heights. Johnny Galinas into punt for the Highlanders. Gets the snap, and away it goes. End over under, taking it about the 44 by Mike Stern. Stern weaves his way through traffic. He's in Highlander territory. He's to the 35 where he's brought down by Angelo Snyder. 1st and 10 for Bishop McCort. Great field position. Here comes Cook. Levi Cook has a tuck. He's going to run. He's going to try to take matters into his own hands. He's across the 30, down near the 27-yard line. 7-yard pickup for the sophomore quarterback Cook. Mark Smith dots the I. 2nd down and 3. Cook sends Carnell Andrews into motion. The pitch goes to Smith. Smith, nothing doing on the far side. Taken down by Yonner and Waskmunski. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Fans, RMG's Game Tape is a great place for businesses to advertise. In addition to being seen on television, RMG's Game Tape is available on demand on phones, tablets, and computers, and all advertising stays in the shows forever. Learn how to get your business on the show at rmgsports.net. 3rd down and 8. Cook plants, fires downfield, looking for Hall in the end zone. He's got it! Touchdown! Bishop McCort! Touchdown, Corey Hall! 32-yard pass from Levi Cook. And the Crimson Crushers respond in kind, Mike.
The Crimson Crushers fighting back here, Jared. Look at Levi Cook. His kid's just a sophomore. He finds a wide-open Corey Hall, and we were just singing James Baum's praises. He just gets burned there big time. This game about to be tied.
Chris Miller steps in to attempt the extra point to tie this one up. Oh, it's a low snap, and Leach has to go down for it and get it. He's going to try to get over to the pylon. Leach, he extends it, he get it, he did. That's not a 1-point play, that's a 2-point play. McCort doesn't tie it up. McCort takes the lead after a heads-up play by Leach. Eddie Link stands in the shotgun. He has 3 high, 1st and 10 on about the 26-yard line. The give is to Dennis Link. Here comes Link rumbling straight up the gut. Dennis Link carrying would-be tacklers. He's finally tackled at the 49-yard line. That's a 23-yard run for the junior Link. 14, James Baum steps in a quarterback, and he's in trouble, and down he goes. Taken to the mat by Brendan Lavely. Nathan Thompson was there as well. That's a loss of 5. So after the Cambria Heights drive stalls, the Crimson Crushers will take over at about the 31-yard line. Levi Cook under center, 2 in the backfield, 2 up high. Cook scrambles far side. He's got it tucked. He's going to try to run, but he's not going to get very far. He's wrapped up and taken down by Trenton Coy. Coy brings the quarterback down for a sack and a loss of 2. Once again, Mark Smith dots the I. 2nd down and 12 for Bishop McCort. Levi Cook back, looking, throwing downfield. He's looking for Carnell Andrews. Andrews pulls it in, and he's taken down at about the 35-yard line, but that's a 36-yard pickup and a McCort first down.
No brain surgery here, Jared. Look at Levi Cook dropping back. He's just going to float a rainbow down for the speedster. We have this kid listed as a freshman. Carnell Andrews runs under it, beat Cody Turnbull to the ball, and these underclassmen continue to come up big for the Crimson Crushers.
McCort lines up in their power formation, the wishbone. Levi Cook under center. Cook takes a snap, flips it out to Andrews. Andrews on the far side. He's got some room. He's got some blockers, and he's wrapped up and taken down by 84, Angelo Snyder, but that's a 10-yard pickup and another first down. The ball rests on the 23-yard line for Levi Cook and the Bishop McCort Crushers. Cook fakes the handoff. He's back to pass. Plants, fires one for the end zone. Oh, and there's going to be some flags. Yeah, there they are. They come in. There's going to be pass interference called on the Highlanders. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. McCort lines up in the bone again. Here comes Andrews. Andrews on the far side. Hooks the corner, spins at the lollipop, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown! Bishop McCort. Carnell Andrews. 11-yard run, and the Crushers extend their lead, Mike.
Student body right, Jared, coming right into your living room. Look at this freshman. Carnell Andrews with the pitch out. And how about the spin move here on Link and Turnbull? Andrews into the end zone, and the Crimson Crushers look to extend their lead here, Jared.
High school and college football coaches need some new radios for your coaching staff? HC Global has you covered. Visit footballcoachheadsets.com. When you speak with HC Global, be sure to ask for the RMG Sports discount. Visit footballcoachheadsets.com. 10, Chris Miller tacked one more point on for the Crushers. It's now an 8-point game, and it's off his toe. Sending it back down to the Highlanders, see what they can do with it. Still plenty of football left. Whoa, we have some trouble. 16 has trouble with it, Michael Patrick. And then there's a flag for a late hit on McCort. They're going to move the ball further down the field. Lucky break for the Highlanders. Eddie Link steps back into the game at quarterback. He has 2 low. 2nd down and 9, 3:43 to play. And they try a reverse, and it's nothing doing. As the Crimson Crushers were there waiting for it. 71, Adam Britton puts Dennis Link down for a loss of 2. 3rd down and long. Once again, Highlanders spreading things out. 1 high, 2 low. Link back, throws downfield, and it's overthrown. Intended for James Baum. Coverage by Mike Stern. Highlander drive stalls, so the Crushers take over. 2 high, 2 in the backfield. I formation for Levi Cook. Cook flips it to Smith, and here comes the reverse. Here comes Andrews. Andrews and speedster across the 35 to the 40, and ripped down from behind to about the 43-yard line. Taken down by Cody Turnbaugh. 9-yard pickup. Crushers line up in the I. 2 high for Levi Cook. 3rd down and 4. Cook, short drop, fires it out to the far side. He gets it to 20. Corey Hall, who steps out of bounds near the 40-yard line. That's another Bishop McCort first down. Here comes Andrews in motion. 1st down and 10 from the 45. The give is to Mark Smith. Smith finds a hole on the far side. Here he goes. He's at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Did he make it in? No, he's down at the 1-foot line. That's a 44-yard run, Mike.
I love this angle, Jared. Look at the great seal block by Eric John Cola. And Mark Smith takes full advantage. What a great 1-2 running punch. this Bishop McCort team has. Trenton Coy making a touchdown-saving tackle. First and goal, Bishop McCort.
First and goal, the Crushers line up in the bone again. Levi Cook takes a snap, and he just surges into the end zone. Touchdown! Bishop McCort. Levi Cook, 1 yard run, and the Crushers tack on 6 more, Mike.
No big secret here, Jared. Here's the sophomore Levi Cook following that big offensive line led by 56 Connor Imler. There's 74 Bobby Peronish with a great block. Tack on 6.
Highlanders are down by 15 here in the first half. Need to get something going. Don't let this one get out of hand. Spread things out through the Highlanders. They have 2 low, 1 high. Eddie Link hands the ball off to Dennis Link. Dennis Link surges ahead, pummels his way forward for about a 3-yard gain, taken down by Eric Giancola. Second down and 7. Link stands in the gun. Back to pass. Looking downfield, in trouble, and down he goes. Taken down by number 10, Chris Miller. Miller with the sack. And that's a 6-yard loss. 7 seconds to play in the first half. Link steps under center, hands it off to Dennis Link, who tries his luck in the middle, and once again gets nowhere as the zeros come across the board. And we go to the locker room at the half with Bishop McCort up 22-7 over Cambria Heights. Highlanders come out looking to turn things around here in the second half. The Crushers look to foil their plans as Chris Miller sends it down. Whoa, Michael Patrick has some trouble with it. He's got to chase it back to about the 7-yard line. Here comes Patrick, and right into the arms of Carnell Andrews, who puts him down inside the 10. That's not what the Highlanders were looking for to start the second half. Trenton Coy lines up behind Eddie Link. Second down and 7 for the Highlanders. The give is to 38. Here comes Steve Fliss. Fliss across the 30 near to the 35. Taken down by Zeph Leach.
Number 38.
That's 22 yards and a Highlander first down. Fans, this segment is brought to you by the Tribune Democrat for great high school sports coverage from Cambria and Somerset counties. Game previews, stats, picks. Read the Tribune Democrat. Be sure to grab Saturday's special football edition. To subscribe, call 532-5000 or visit tribdem.com. The give is to Steve Fliss. Fliss tries the middle and disappears under some white jerseys, but Fliss will grab 5 yards. Eddie Link climbs under center, second down and 5. Sends James Baum in motion. Link hands it off to Stephen Fliss. Fliss finds a little bit of a crack and he slides through it. He needed 5 yards for a first down. He got 7. First down, Cambria Heights. 2 high, 1 low for Eddie Link on second down and 6. The give is to Fliss. Stephen Fliss tries the middle again, but this time he'll get almost nothing. Maybe 1 as Mark Smith and Anthony Walter throw him down. Everyone's tight on the hash mark. Link hands it off to Dennis Link, who finds some room on the near side and surges ahead. He needed 5 yards. He's going to grab 8 yards, and the Cambria Heights Highlanders keep moving this ball downfield. Second down and 6 as Link steps under center again. Here comes Baum in motion. Link hands it off to Dennis Link. Dennis Link once again puts a shoulder down and surges forward, taken down by Walters and Thompson. Dennis Link will grab 2 yards on that one. Highlanders are spreading things out, 2 high, 1 low, third down and 4. Link hands it off to Fliss. Fliss tries the middle, and he's going to be about 2 yards short. Walters on the tackle. Fourth down and 2. Highlanders are going to go for it from the 33-yard line. The give is to big Dennis Link once again. Link pummels his way forward. He needed 2. He got 3. The drive continues. First down. Eddie Link steps under center again. First and 10. Pitches it out to Coy. Coy stumbles a little bit and is taken down by Chris Miller. He's only going to grab 1 yard on that one. Second down and 9. Eddie Link under center. Well, bad snap, bad snap. Oh, and 2 steps forward, 4 steps back as Stephen Fliss has to fall on that and take a 10-yard loss. Fourth down and 19. Eddie Link moves to the shotgun. 4:30 to play in the third quarter. Link back to pass, looking downfield, throwing downfield, and it's knocked away by 23, Mike Stem, intended for Nick Brawley, but the ball goes back to the Crushers. Bishop McCort takes over first and 10 on about the 38-yard line. The give is to Mark Smith. Smith, he's picking up ahead of steam. He's downfield, throwing some moves at midfield, and finally taken down from behind by 24, Coy, but that's a 26-yard pickup. First and 10, McCort. McCort goes back to the wishbone. First and 10 on the 38-yard line. Levi Cook hands it off to Nathan Thompson. Thompson spun around and taken down. That'll be a 3-yard pickup, tackled by Nick Brawley. Mark Smith dots a slanted eye to Cook's left. Cook, he's got it tucked. He's going to run to his left, trying to find some room on that far side. But Brawley pushes him out of bounds, short of the lollipop. That's going to be a 5-yard pickup for McCort. Fans, this segment of football is brought to you by the Laurel Highlands chapter of the Penn State Alumni Association. Whether you're a Penn State graduate, student, or just a fan, you are welcome to join and be part of the many fun activities planned throughout the year. Learn more at psulaurelhighlands.org. Cook hands the ball off to Smith. Smith throws a nice move, hits the brakes, but he's slid out of bounds. At about the 30-yard line, he needed 2, he got 5, first down. Cook deploys Corey Hall down low. Andrews lines up in the slot, 1st and 10. Cook has it tucked, tries to run to the near side, but he's taken down from behind by 84, Angelo Snyder. Huge sack and a 6-yard loss. 2nd down and 16. Levi Cook lines everybody up in the eye. There goes Andrews in motion. Cook back to pass, looking far side, throwing downfield far side, and it falls incomplete, and Andrews lays the lumber down on Trenton Coy. Highlander faithful looking for a flag, but there's nothing there. 3rd down and 16. Levi Cook under center again, scrambles to the far side, throws downfield, and it's hauled in. Hauled in by Corey Hall. Nice catch, but this one's coming back on a holding call. 3rd down and half a country mile for the Crushers. Cook back, looking, throwing, long ball downfield, looking for Hall, but it's overthrown. Coverage by Ball. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Crushers. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders as they're trying to claw their way back into this game. Down by 15 late in the 3rd quarter. Link gets it out to Dennis Link. Dennis Link with the head of steam runs into Mark Smith and drags him for about another 5 yards. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup by Dennis Link. 3rd down and 1. 1 minute, 40 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Eddie Link hands it off to Dennis Link, who finds a nice hole, moves straight ahead, and he's going to have the 1st down and a little bit more, tackled by Brendan Lavely. New set of downs for the Highlanders, and they spread things out 2 high, 1 low for Eddie Link, who gets it out to James Baum. Baum tripped up and taken down at the 45 by 23, Mike Stem, but that's a 14-yard pickup and a Highlander 1st down. 2nd down and 10. Eddie Link and Dennis Link are in the backfield. They have 2 up high. Eddie Link hands it off to Dennis Link, who powers his way forward, runs right into Mark Smith, but Smith puts him down. He's only going to have a 4-yard pickup on that. Eddie Link climbs back under center, 3rd down and 6, hands the ball off to Dennis Link, who's met at the line almost immediately by Anthony Walters. They're going to give Link 1 yard, but that's it. 4th down and 5. The Highlanders are going to go for it. Oh, the oldest trick in the book. They pulled the Crushers offsides. That's the easiest way to pick up 5 yards. 1st down for the Highlanders. 5 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter, and the meter's running. Eddie Link stands in the shotgun, looking to throw downfield, looking to flip it over in the middle of Baum, but Baum couldn't get back to it. There's a flag. They're going to flag Bishop McCort for pass interference. Baum couldn't get back to the ball. 1st down. Since you can't end the quarter with a defensive penalty, we'll play another down with zeros on the clock. 1st and 10. Link hands the ball off to Fliss. Fliss heading for the end zone, but he's tripped up by 23. Mike Stem, touchdown saving tackle, but a 1st down for Heights. 1st and goal on the 6-yard line as we switch ends for the 4th quarter. The handoff goes to Stephen Fliss. Fliss hits the line, and the Crushers push him down. He's only going to get 2 yards on that run. 3rd down and goal from the 9-yard line. Big bodies in the backfield. Link hands it off to Dennis Link. Dennis Link throws him into 4-wheel drive. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown! Cambria Heights. Dennis Link, 9-yard run, and the Highlanders are right back in this game, Mike.
Right back into your living room, Jared. Look at Dennis Link with the ball. Boy, look at James Baum tells Mark Smith, get out of the way. My running back's coming through into the end zone. And with the conversion, the Highlanders can make this a 1-score game, Jared.
Linus's kick was good, and now he has it teed up, ready to send it back down to the Crushers. 10:49 to play in the game. Lots of football to be played, but Andrews has trouble with it. He has to pick it up at the 2. He's across the 5 to the 10 to the 15, and he runs into tacklers at near the 20-yard line, but flags come in. We have to wait and see what these flags are. Illegal block in the back against McCort. Lucky break for the Highlanders as they move the ball back down. Fans RMG sports programs reach nearly 300,000 homes on television and millions more online. Advertising in our programs stays in the programs forever, giving our sponsors advertising that lasts for years. Learn more about the opportunities at rmgsports.net. Cook hands the ball off to Smith. Mark Smith, the workhorse for the Crushers in this game, dragging tacklers down. He's taken down at the 19-yard line. That is a 9-yard pickup. Solid running by the senior, Mark Smith. Third down and a long one for the Crushers. Cook under center. Back to pass play action. Looking to throw, and he does. Throws it, long ball downfield, and it's caught by almost through the arms. It went through his arms. Patrick Unger. It was there. That's going to haunt him for a while. Cambria Heights starts their drive on their own 35-yard line. Down by 8, 9:20 to go. Link hands the ball off to Baum. Baum tries the far side. Whoa, he gets spun around in an awkward fashion, and the flags come in. There's going to be a face mask penalty tacked onto this run.
Number 14, James.
2nd and 5 on the 45. Link under center. 3 big bodies in the backfield. Handoff goes to Fliss. Fliss tries to find a hole, but he's stopped and pulled back.
38.
Corey Hall got a hold of him, and they're only going to move that ball 2 yards down the field. 4th down and 1. The Highlanders are going to go for it. They're lining up in that power formation. Link hands the ball off to Dennis Link. Dennis Link surges ahead, was tripped up. It's going to be close.
Number 36.
But he'll have the first down, and the drive stays alive.
1st
and 10, similar formation. Under 7 to play. Link gives it to Baum. James Baum tries to find some room on the far side. Finds a little bit of a hole. And he'll move ahead 3 yards.
Picks up a couple.
2nd and 7. This time, Baum moves to the near side wideout position. 2 in the backfield. The flip goes to Coy. Coy tries to move around back to the inside, runs right into Mark Smith. And 30, Anthony Walters. They're only going to let him get 3 yards on that run. Highlanders on this drive, chipping away at the clock, chipping away at the field position. And the handoff again goes straight up the gut to Dennis Link. Link needed 4 yards. He's only going to get 3. They're going to be a yard short with 4th down coming up. 4th down and 1, and Highlanders are going to go for it again. Whoa, bad snap, bad exchange, and the ball's on the ground. Either way, it doesn't matter who has it now. The ball's going to go back to McCort on a heartbreaking mistake in the 4th quarter. McCort looking to control the clock now. 4:29 to play. Cook hands it off to Smith. Smith with another nice move. Switches direction to the near side. He's off to the races. 45, 50, 45, 40, and finally hit down near the 35-yard line. That is a 36-yard run for the senior Smith and a first down for McCort. 2nd down and 11. McCort lines up in the wishbone once again. Levi Cook under center. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Oh, and he's down. Taken down in the backfield. Big sack by Ben Yonner. Richard Wisdak put him down. Loss of 7 on the play. Cambria Heights is out of timeouts. 3:19 to play. Levi Cook under center from McCort. Back to pass. Plants, throws under pressure. Gets it downfield. And it's overthrown. Intended for Carnell Andrews. Coverage by Nick Brawley. Here we go, gang. 3:09 to play. Down by 8. Cambria Heights takes over on the 20-yard line. Link back to pass. Throws it out to Baum. James Baum moves back up to the inside and is taken down by Mark Smith. But Baum will grab 7 yards on that play. Clock's running, 2:38 to play. 2nd down and 3. Link from the shotgun. Back to pass. Here comes some heat. He's wrapped up and he's taken down. 10. Chris Miller set him up. Others knocked him down. Credit Miller with the sack. 1:52 to play. 4th down and 13 for Cambria Heights. Link has 2 high, 1 low. Link from the shotgun back to pass. Looking downfield. Throwing downfield, and it's overthrown, intercepted. Intercepted by 22, Zeph Leach. And the Highlanders' comeback hopes disappear into the arms of the junior Leach. 1:46 left to play in the game. McCort takes over. Cambria Heights has no timeouts. Cook hands the ball off to Smith, who's ripped down in the backfield by 54, Dalton Waxmunski. And the clock continues to tick away. 2nd down and 16. 40 seconds to play. This should be the last play of the game. Cook hands off to Smith. Mark Smith tries the far side, and he's taken down as the clock continues to run, and that will indeed be the last play of this game. as Bishop McCort grabs their first win of the season by defeating the Highlanders of Cambria Heights 22-14. Fans, we invite you to visit rmgsports.net. You can watch every episode of RMG's Game Tape on demand, buy DVDs, get advertising information, and so much more at rmgsports.net. Next week, gang, we've got a good one. Top-ranked Somerset goes into Bedford to take on the Bison. For Mike Satoski and the entire crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you next week in Bedford at RMG's Game Tape.